Okay, we're recording now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome everyone. Bev, we're gonna go back and start it over. Welcome everyone to the call. You have come to the Senior-Preneur Leadership Partnership call for VYB'n. And we are so glad to be here. We're so glad to be the leaders for you and, just partnering with you to just have a conversation today. So, Bev, if you want to go ahead, and we had some others jump on real quick, so we'll just kind of
Yes,
start
since you just
fresh.
started recording, let me go back just a minute so we have it all on the recording. Again,
Right.
thank you all for being here. Denise and I appreciate it so much. And Megan kind of jokes around with us and she calls us the directors of the Senior-Preneurs. So I've kind of adapted that. So I think it's funny that she does that. She likes to put a little bit more on us, and that's okay because that's what we have to do. But we appreciate you all coming on Friday evenings. And again, we'll probably do these maybe every other Friday. And I wanted to let you know that, again, how proud I was of Denise last night doing the presentation. Even though she claimed she was a little bit nervous, she did a great job. And on Thursday evenings, we've decided that we're going to take the 8 o'clock slot, and I'll present one weekend or 1 week, and she'll present the next, and then the other one will do the introduction. So it's going to be the Senior-Preneur nights on Thursday night at 8, doing the presentation. So if you have any older folks or just anybody in general, of course, but if you have any folks that maybe are a little older, that would be a great time to have them come. So tonight we decided we wanted to talk about crypto. And the reason why we decided to do crypto is that, uh, it's something that kind of scares some people. And as I said a moment ago, I live in a senior apartment complex, independent living apartment complex here in Florida. And these folks think that crypto is a scam. They don't want anything to do with it. You say the word and they don't understand it. And if you haven't been on Barnaby's class on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, do yourself a favor and start attending his classes or listen to the replays, because the world is going to go towards crypto whether we're ready for it or not, and we have to be engaged because our kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews, they all know about it and own some of it. And so it's something that we just don't need to be afraid of. So I want to let Denise talk a little bit more about it. She knows more about it than I do. And as I was saying a moment ago, I was really nervous about using crypto when I paid my first month's membership with VYB'n, because I didn't know that much about it. And I had to really settle myself down to learn how to make that payment. And, it was just out of fear, thinking that you were going to, put the wrong number in or the wrong address, and the money would just be gone. So we have to kind of support each other in it. And some of you all may be very well versed in it. So we want to have a conversation about that. But Denise, you own crypto and you've done a lot with it. So you take it away and talk a little bit more about it.
Sure. My first experience with crypto was back when Bitcoin first started. I had a young man that I was in business with that said, Miss Denise, you need to buy some of this Bitcoins. I said, I'm not doing that. I don't know what Bitcoin is. I don't know what that is. And me being a woman of the kingdom and a believer, you know, old school, we're looking at things that is like, that's too new, and anything too new is pretty much, the mark of the beast. I ain't touching it. I don't want none of that. What's it going to do for me? I'll be, it's scary. It was scary for me. But at the time that I was introduced to Bitcoin was when it was, um, I think he was he told me about it when it first started. I think it was around $10. So I had missed that first low wave, but $10, and I said no. He kept bugging me, no, no, no. And then I got to the point where when I moved to Arkansas, which is about almost 8 years ago, One of the young ladies at my church um, got me into Bitcoin. She said, "No, Miss Denise, you're going to do it, and you're not going to be afraid. We're not going to go this way. This is what's going on. People have made money with it. Of course, it was at probably 8 years ago. It was what, at 50,000 per coin or something like that." I said, "Well, it's too high for me to get in now. I don't have that kind of money." She said, "Get in where you fit in." At that time, I was like, "Okay, let me just do $25 here, $25 there." So I did. So yeah, Johnny, it was at 52K. So I got in and started buying it. Um, every paycheck or something, I'd put, $20 or something in. And then it got to the point right before I um joined Vibe, before I heard about Vibe, back in December. I was on Telegram and I got scammed. I can't say big time because, just like Megan said, she lost a lot of money in the crypto game. I only got scammed $700. $700 to me was a lot. And it's like, you send us, Bitcoin, or you send us this amount of money. And this is where you have to, we as a people, I don't care what type of person you are, the mindset with money, your relationship with money has got to change to where we're not so desperate for it. That's where we get taken, especially the older people, when they feel, I need this, I need this, I need this. But we can get caught up in these little schemes that are going on because the cherry that they're dingling in front of us looks pretty good. That the odds are pretty good. And, well, let me just try this. Well, I sent my first $500, and it was to a scammer after I realized it, after um he didn't um fulfill his part of the bargain. Well, the fees are such and such and such, just send me the fees and I'll, release the money to him. I said, "You haven't released anything to me, so I can't release anything to you." So at that point, we had conversation back and forth. And he says, "Well, showed me the fees and things like that." So I went ahead and sent, that's why I said 700. At first it was 500, then it was 200. At that time, I was done. And then Vibe came. When it got down to paying, I was like, "Crypto." I said, "Here we go." I had crypto sitting there, but I think about how much I just gave away in this crypto. But I was so sure in my spirit with Vibe, I said, "I'm going to go ahead and do it." So I bought crypto through Cash App. My son and my daughter were showing me that, and I was like, "Really? You can buy crypto in Cash App?" It's like, "Yeah, Mom, you can do a lot of things." It's like, "Just be careful, just be careful." Well, in life, when we get older, we need our children to show us, but we've have told them to leave us alone so much, and it's like, "I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about that." To where when we ask them, they look at it, "You really want to know?" I was like, "I'll smack y'all. Get over here and teach me this so I can learn." I need to learn the things, and that's why the education, when I saw that Vibe was offering education for the Forex, I know about Forex. I have Iraqi dinar, I have um, Vietnam dong, I have some other, I can't remember what the other currency is. But I got on the Iraqi dinar game when they was pushing it. "Oh, go here." I was buying Iraqi dinar for everybody. I was just handing it out like candy, but not knowing the real deal behind it. What was the real purpose of it? Yes, it's a, and then I calmed myself down and I said, "This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a longevity. And here it's been almost 15 years, 16 years that I've held on to Iraqi dinar, and they're now talking about, the revalue and things like that. So if we don't know what we don't know, who's going to tell us what we don't know? Now we know VYB's going to tell us what we don't know. They're going to help
Well,
us. We have
and it's great.
educators.
It's great too, Denise, that we have Barnaby, because so
Yeah.
many people have been scammed by the crypto, uh, scammers online, especially early on. And at least we
Mm.
know now that we have a reputable educator who has put millions of dollars into this course, or program, and plus he's almost a billionaire, and his story is just so engaging. So we can invest, if you will, in Seafire, I think, with confidence. And as he says, if you have to start off small, then do so, and just let the program do the work for you. But I'm excited about that, and I love hearing him talk. He's just so knowledgeable about it, and so it's going to be a great thing for us once it launches.
Amen. Um, I am so excited with that part of it because it's like the people that I have presented to Vibe have been more older, the older group. And at the time that I was, pushing it and everything, it was all about the, get in and get this. Of course, the misunderstanding of getting in, get the $1,800. Okay, you can't get something for nothing. I just learned that, right? I just learned that. So I said I had to put that aside and I have to look at, is this going to be something I can do for the long term? Is this something that is I can tap into to help me in the long run to where when I'm in retirement, I can have something because, I'm on workers' comp, got hurt on my job. I've been working all my life. I tell the people I've been working ever since I was 6 years old, shoveling snow at 6, work, cleaning bricks when they tear down old houses, cleaning the bricks off. Um, And so when you're working and you get to this point where we are as seniors, um, taking care of my mother, who's 88, and I pray for each and every one that has lost their parents, and they're in the senior age. You're looking at who's going to take care of you. How did that look for you? We have to prepare ourselves. And I believe that Vibe is going to help us do that if we can just wrap our heads around it, wrap our thoughts around, okay, what is the big picture here? I need to be educated on this Forex. I need to be educated on crypto. That's why I'm not getting out. I'm not jumping out. I'm jumping all the way in because it is something, and then it's something that we need to take us to that next level. Not only that, we have grandchildren. And it hits me, and I'm a grandma today. I'm here with my 3 grandsons, so you might hear them in the background, or you see me mute to holler at them. Um, but I want to leave something for them. Right now, I have nothing to leave for them, and that's scary for me. That is real scary for me. And to have my grandparents not leave anything for me except for the memories. Memories are great, but a legacy is greater. We weren't taught legacy. Now we're being taught legacy in a different time frame and mindset. So having the opportunities that we're afforded now, we need to jump on them. As if you're in your 50s, jump on it. We got to get this together and not be left behind or pushed back,
Well,
because I don't
Denise,
want to
you're
be
you're
pushed
you're kind of
pushed
part of
back.
the what they call, and I hope I didn't step over you. I'm sorry. There's a little bit
No,
of a
you're
delay.
fine. You're fine.
Um, we're part of, or you are part of what they call the sandwich generation.
Hmm.
And some of the folks here may not know what that is. And that is that your parents are still living and you have children and you're in the middle. So you have to deal with the care of your aging parents. And then you also have to be a parent and a grandparent. So you are definitely in that sandwich generation. To where me, I've
Yeah.
lost both of my parents and I never had children. So, my legacy looks a little bit different to me. And I'm sure a lot of the folks that are on the call now have different whys. And, crypto is something that we can certainly learn more about. Hopefully, it will help us with our legacy, whatever we see it to be. And I'd be curious to see any of the other folks that are on here, if they have invested in crypto. I know Jerome and Johnny are on here. I think they're
Hmm.
probably both active in crypto. If anybody wants to unmute and tell us a little bit about your story, I'd love to hear that.
Johnny M.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'll definitely jump on real quick. So I love crypto. I love everything that has to do with NFTs, meme coins, anything that's in the trading world, in the financial world. I am definitely involved knee deep. But Bitcoin or cryptocurrency was introduced to me way back in 2008 when it was just a thought. A buddy of mine's, Darnell Williams, which is now the CEO of Young Entrepreneurs, and he works with almost every boys and girls club in the world. I mean, we were young adults, and he was like, "Hey, Johnny, I'm gonna invest in this Bitcoin thing," and I was like, "Nah, brother, cash is king." I was like, "I'm not doing that. Cash is king for me." That's the state of mind I had, though. That was my beliefs, and I didn't invest with him. And then a few years down the line, about a decade later, I mean, he's pulling up in a Bentley, and I'm like, "What did you do?" He's like, "Well, I pulled out $14 million from Bitcoin." And I was kicking myself left and right, up and down the street, because I was like, I cannot believe I missed this. And he came to me first. Like, he's like, "Johnny, I know how you are. You're a go-getter. You got to jump on this currency thing." I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to do it." But after that, I learned my lesson. And, throughout the years, I have so many coins. Like, I can't even begin to tell you the list of coins that I have. But just like, Ms. Denise, a little at a time. I just, $20 here, $30 there, $20 here, $5 here. And I also take like the surveys. Like, if you go to Coinbase, you can take surveys and they'll give you coins. They'll give you coins for free, and you just stack up those free coins. And then, and now I'm fully invested in crypto and I love it. I love it. The only thing I don't do is I don't trade crypto, which I'm looking to learn with Ceasefire and Barnaby. He's only 300 million away from being a billionaire. So, I said it earlier today, when a billionaire speaks, you lose sleep on it. So I'm very excited, and crypto's definitely moving forward in life. You got to understand it's in the Federal Reserve right now, and some banks like Will Fargo are giving loans in crypto. So, you can get loans in Bitcoin now. You can get a Bitcoin MasterCard. You can go to Bitcoin ATMs. You can purchase a vehicle. My brother Eddie got his car on Bitcoin. So it's come a long way, and there's a lot more to come. So I encourage everybody, no matter the age, younger season, definitely get the knowledge you need to move forward into the new world that we're moving into.
For sure. That is great information. And Johnny, that's why, yes, this may be a seniorpreneur call, but we need our young people. We need our middle-aged people to come in and not only, they're not here to take over, but lead and guide us in the right directions, because we can learn a lot from them. And I've learned a lot from my children. They're in their 30s. They still went out there and tried to do some of the things that I did wrong, and we go back and forth teaching each other things. So you're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to to show somebody else the way. So Shelly, you have your hand up. You can go ahead and unmute that.
Hey, everybody. Yes, my name is Shelly Morris, and I am originally from Barbados, and I'm retired. and everybody knows Social Security doesn't do it for America anymore. And so the region I'm from has become very much involved in crypto. And okay, I love history, so I'll just give you a little background. Because when I was first introduced, somebody said to me, remember in the Stone Age, men used to trade. I have some meat, I have some corn, I'm warm, you're cold. So they would trade what they have for what they needed. And then gold came along and silver came along, and then it was too heavy to carry around. So, like, we're up to the British industrial age now, where tons of people went into the workforce and not enough gold and silver to pay them. And that's when the brilliant idea of paper money came about, with a strip of precious metal in it so that you'll know that it has a value. So just picture getting paid in paper, going home to your wife who's trying to cook a meal over a fire, sees this paper on the table and uses it to help stoke the fire. So I think
No.
if you can, yeah, everybody got that? Some women took the money and burnt it because, like our mentality today, I don't know about that. I don't want to learn about it. I don't know what you're talking about. And that's what happened, right? So,
Right.
money as we know it is on the way out the door, and digital assets are taking over. So, especially now that America has officially recognized Bitcoin, has it on the stock exchange, trading as a commodity, which means it matches the price of gold and silver. If I'm wrong, if I said it incorrectly, somebody say something. Everybody is with me, just say something. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thanks.
Sure.
Right. So when I first got introduced to Bitcoin, it was 3 cents a coin, and kids were playing with it. And that's how it really came about. It was a token for kids to play their games with. And then it was like, oh, kids are loving these little pictures and stuff. Let's put a value on it. Then it was pestering mommy and daddy for pocket change to buy the tokens. And then they were like, wait a minute. If kids are doing this with computer games, maybe there's another way we can use, tokenize, monetize these different coins. And that's how crypto really came about, because now there are over 100, at least, you know, the listed top 100 on the, um, what is it, Coinbase, Coin, Coin Market Cap. They list the top coins. So every day you can look and see what the value is. Bitcoin, they only ever minted 21 million coins. So there's nothing that's going to be minted that's going to be worth more than Bitcoin, because the market caps of some of these coins now are going into the multi-millions. Some might be even billions of dollars when they continue to be traded, played with, used as identifying brand for certain products. I mean, you dream it, you think it, you put a coin on it. And that is how the value of the coins move forward. And the way to protect yourself, if anybody comes at you with talking about crypto, ask if once you get on the platform, is it tied directly to the blockchain? Because if it's on the blockchain, you can't get scammed. The computer programmers, and I'm talking about the honest ones, because in every society, anywhere around the world, you have your good and your bad.
Hmm.
But the people
For
who
sure.
really have people's heart and care about what happens to your society, because any country in the world, their most valuable resource is your human resource. If you don't treat your people right, you let them starve, You don't have health care. You don't have shelter. You don't have schools. You're doing nothing for them as a country. So once you
Good.
understand that, you will always progress. And Bitcoin has, any cryptocurrency has really started a movement in helping countries um, get together in communities and help one another. I've been involved
Good.
in a lot of programs over the years there where you can accumulate coins and it's a quick, like, I'm sure everybody's heard about, oh, let's get into this matrix, and you gather X amount of coins and then you get paid out, and you gather some more coins and go to another board and get paid out. Well, people out in the Far East take those things seriously. And I've spoken to people from rural villages who've seen running water being pumped into their villages, windows actually put into their huts and doors, um, health care brought to them. And everybody, and you wonder, and I talk to some of these people, and I say, well, how on earth do you have a smartphone and you can hardly eat? Oh, we have a generator, and everybody in the village comes and charges up their phones. We have electricity for X amount of hours a day, and they all come together and make it work. So
Wow.
especially since the pandemic, I've been locked in. We couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. And I can't drive anymore because of my illness and stuff. But my mind is still ticking. So it's kept me
Yeah.
in touch with what's happening around the world. I speak to a lot of people in different African countries because the African continent as a whole, its average age of a person there is 17. So there's
Right.
a lot of brain power in Africa, a
Yeah.
lot. And you can see from the new leaders that have come out of the latest upheavals and stuff, because some of them are only about 30 years old and they have turned their countries around, throwing
Hmm.
out the Europeans who've been in there, working their gold mines and said, we don't need you anymore. You can
Yeah.
go.
Well,
The
Shelley,
IMF,
you
I'm
have
sorry.
a lot of information. You
I'm
and
A lot
sorry.
of
It's
knowledge.
my
no, you're
favorite
fine.
topic.
You're fine.
I'm so
We got
sorry.
we're getting educated here.
Yeah,
Um,
Indeed.
but we're gonna have to put you on another call because you got some information that we need, and it's not to stop you because we do want to share with everyone, and
yeah,
have
I'm sorry.
everyone
I
to
just
share.
wanted to share. I just want to
No,
get
no,
that out there.
your passion,
You
your passion for
it
it
is
shows.
my favorite topic because it can
Yes,
do so much. It's a
yes, it can.
leveling field. So
Yes.
to sum it all up, do not be afraid. Listen to the children. Your grandchildren under the
Mhm.
age of 10 are extremely helpful because they play in the games. They can tell you what to do, how to get the
Yeah,
money onto the platform. I talk a lot to my grandson. He's 11.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they understand. So
Yes, they do. They
walk
do,
in
and
faith.
that's the awesome thing about it is the
Yeah,
children that are coming up now, our grandchildren will be able to assist us to grow our wealth. And
absolutely.
when
Absolutely.
they're playing these games and things, it's like, yeah, you want to take the game away from them, but then you want to put
Don't.
them on some other games that are teaching them what you need to know. So we need to
Oh,
find those things out so that we can educate them, put them stir them in the right direction.
yeah, just stare
Just
them.
like
They
running
catch
the
on
train.
really quickly.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
I
do.
talk to a lot of high schoolers. They get it, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
they get it. So
wonderful. Romy, you
yes, I
got yours? I'm
do
sorry,
not
Shelley. We're gonna go
do
to
not be
Romy
afraid.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate your comments, your
Absolutely.
information that you've shared with us, and we definitely want to tap into the experiences and things that you know. And if you can, even do a talking point for, we may have another call on crypto, and we want to hear from people that have been in that situation, and we'll give you a few minutes more to, to talk about those things. But we're going to go over to Romy now. Romy, you can unmute yourself. Thank you so much, Shelley.
Oh man, that was great, Miss Shelley. I love your stories. I bet just sitting there listening to your stories and getting that information is
Yeah.
like life changing for the young people who have you as a treasure. So thank you so much for your contribution, ladies. I just love you guys so much. What you bring to the table um, is just phenomenal, and this call is everything. I have a very limited experience with crypto. I just wanted to just quickly and lightly tap on trading in general, using the RFX Academy. My experience with that academy um, is I was so engrossed in learning how to trade, and when I got a chance to learn from Courtney Logan, not only did he blow my mind, his whole team blew my mind. We have him in our community as one of less than 1,400 CTAs in the country, which means that he has the ability to educate the folks on Wall Street, on the stock exchange. And we've got a guy who is absolutely phenomenal. The whole education platform that we have, our e-learning platform here at VYB'n, is just phenomenal. I'll tell you real quickly. I started learning how to trade, didn't know anything about it, learned from the educators because I've been with them for a number of years, and I learned how to trade. I sat down here using the information and just following the information that I was taught in my, I call this my bat cave where I'm at. This is my bat cave. It made $22,000 in 45 minutes trading on a platform called Pocket Options. And the information that I learned it from the people who run this platform. So I want to encourage everybody on the call, go to class, get the information, learn how to trade. Learn they don't just teach you how to trade. They literally teach you about world finances and how money actually works, and it will change your life. So I just wanted to share that real quick and tell you guys how much I am so impressed with you and everything that you guys are doing as a seniorpreneurs. Um, I just absolutely love you guys, man. I don't want to get too emotional. You guys really rock, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Bev and Denise. You guys are just phenomenal. Just love you.
Well, you're amazing, Jerome, and we thank you so much. You and Johnny taking the time to come to our calls means a great deal to us, because
Yes.
when we started wanting to do this, we didn't know how it would be received. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback from folks privately and, of course, here on the calls. And we appreciate you guys coming and imparting some of your knowledge, because you guys are who we look up to. I mean, I am so impressed, as I always tell Johnny, he's just like he's a motivator. He inspires me, and Jerome, you do too. Both of y'all are just so knowledgeable in your fields, and I can't wait to learn more from you guys through your courses and your books and things of that sort. We're so fortunate here at VYB'n. The avenue that we have through Megan and what they've created, it's unlike anything anybody's ever seen. We know that because we've been around the block, and we know that there's nothing else out there like it. So we're very lucky that we have the education, we have the ability to create. I mean, I've enjoyed so much writing my books and doing the images for Vibe Style, and never considered myself to be a creative person, but have really, really enjoyed it. And it's just brought out a different spark in me. So I appreciate you guys coming on. It means a lot to Denise and I, for everybody that joins us on the calls, because again, we didn't know how it would be received, but we appreciate you coming on.
Most definitely. And I am so encouraged. You know, it takes a lot when you work all these years to get to this point and you're afraid of doing a presentation. It I got so choked up at the end of it that I couldn't even talk. I was like, Lord, what is going on? And this is something that we as seniors, we can do this. We have to show our versatility to our young people to say, yes, we can do it. I cannot tell you to do it, and I don't do it myself. So that's where I got encouragement, and then seeing Johnny and talking to Romy, um, the things that they're doing, I so desire. I will, be on anything and everything I can that's going to help me to grow in these my next 5 years. I need to be at a whole different level than I've been in my whole life because my beginning starts now. It didn't start back then, and I missed time. Time is today. Time is now. So as we go forward, even in our conversations of things, let's not, um, you know, be closed-minded about anything because we don't know what God is bringing to the forefront. We have to be open to certain things, education, direction, even correction. I got corrected many times by younger folks, but if we just open up, that mindset as seasoned season, as they used to call us in church, seasoned saints, seasoned saints in the conversation, because we have a lot to give. And that's what I want to say to my senior partners. We have a lot to offer by. So let's not hold on to it or be afraid. Let's step out and do, if it's just that one thing, let's step out and do that one thing and do it well. Because
Well,
we're
that's so important to say, Denise, and that's why you and I talked about it, and we decided that on Thursday nights now, we were going to start doing the presentation. We
right.
both have to, step out of the box and, again, we're going to alternate, but one week you'll do the presentation, the next week I will, and the other one will introduce. We're just going to take Thursday night at 8 o'clock and let that be our seniorpreneur calls, and it forces us to get out of the box, and it forces us to step out as leaders, which Megan expects us to do, and we need to do it. And, like when I wrote my first 3 books about the seniorpreneur mindset, as far as taking on a business or trying to create income online, in a different era, because back when we were growing up, as I've often said, we had beepers and bag phones, so life has changed a great deal. So when I wrote my first 3 books about the playbook about what seniors can expect and what they should look forward to doing, and trying to be, a motivator to the seniors, it's not only designed for seniors, as I said, it's designed for people that maybe want to uh, help their mothers or their fathers or grandparents or whatever like that. So, what we're doing here, I think, is important because, we do have plenty to say, and it's not all about the young folks. We have to take up the mantle, so to speak, as far as what we bring to the table. And, I am, of course, impressed with the young folks and the people in their 30s and 40s that, are just so knowledgeable, but we still have plenty to say. And that's the message that I think you and I want to bring forward on each call. And certainly what I've done in all 7 of my books is that we still have plenty to say. We are relevant. We have lived the life. And as one of my readers sent me a review on my last book, she said, the fire is still there. It just burns differently. And isn't that an amazing thing to think about? We still
Mhm,
have the fire, but it
mhm.
just burns a little differently now. And that's okay.
Hey, Bev, can I please plus what you said?
Yes.
Your books, every single one. I want everybody to really understand something that she said. She has 7 books, and she's got more to say, more to contribute. The seniorpreneurs are those who have blazed the trail before every single one of the young folks. However, I want the seniorpreneurs, everyone on this call who has something inside of them that they're burning to get it out, to understand how the technology side of it works too. So writing a book and authoring a book is wonderful, but what I want everybody to understand is that the technology today allows you to put your voice to your books so that you can leave a legacy in a digital form that's heard in your actual authentic voice. And that's why I keep saying every one of you who have a book should put it on audio. It should be on. We've transitioned, like we're transitioning. We're starting to see the world transition into digital currency. It's always been digital currency, but it's being brought to the forefront in global economics. In that same way, the written manuscript is also being digitized too, from holding a book in your hands to going online, being able to download an ebook. Now it's transitioning from that platform into an audible platform. So we want to make that leap as well, and that's what VYB is all about, to literally help us leave an impact and a legacy. And right now we're seeing a huge move from the written to the audible. That's all I need to say. Sorry.
No, that's amazing, Jerome. And I know you've done put your books on audio, and it's something that I would love to do. And technology, we're all still learning. I don't care how much time you spend on YouTube or Google or chat or whatever. There's so much, and sometimes our old minds, don't grasp things as quickly as we once did, obviously. So we have to take it in small bites. And just learning how to use chat and writing the books and coming up with the images for Vibe Style. I mean, it was a learning process, just like with your course and Johnny's book. I mean, you all spent such a long time creating these, and it's just a labor of love. It doesn't matter if it took you a month to do it or if it took you 10 years to do it. It is a labor of love, and you all have put your heart and soul into what you have created. And my hat is off to all of you. And I would just encourage folks, and I've had so many people say that they have been encouraged because I've written 7 books so far, that they want to do it. They want to write their children's book. They want to do a coloring book. They want to write about their experiences, because not only is it cathartic, and it was for me, especially my last book, which was more of a not a memoir type thing, but it talked about conversations in my life that has changed my life. And that's how I dubbed the book, that gray doesn't mean gone is the name of the book. And I've gotten such amazing feedback from it, but it was not only cathartic for me to write it, but I've had people tell me that it just touched them in a way that they were just amazed by it. And so that just drives you to want to do more and to want to say more. And the seniors, again, we have plenty to say. um Sometimes, as I mentioned in one of the books, seniors get a bad rap. Seniors are thought of as being, kind of snarky and grumpy and all of this. But you have to look at the road that we've traveled. And so everybody's in a different place and has been a different place. And we just have to learn to respect one another and to understand that everybody brings something different to the table. And again, that's the amazing thing about Vibe to me, is just learning from all of you all and hearing, I mean, Megan is just, in a league all by herself. I mean, I hang on her every word. I think most of us do. She's just amazing. And, you know, we all have learned so much since December. I know I have. So,
Yes.
you know, I just appreciate all of you all so much. And Johnny and Jerome, you all are, you're just quite an inspiration to this old gal. And I just appreciate you guys so much.
All right. Well, we have Laura up next. You have a comment or a question? You can go ahead and unmute.
Evening. Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. I hope, can you hear me well?
Yeah, you have a little echo, but
I just wanted to kind of like, okay, the weather is bad over here, and I was typing my message because I didn't know if the weather internet was going to let me be great or not. So I was typing it in case. So I'm gonna go on and hit the enter button because I know when Miss Sheila was talking earlier, and everybody appeared pretty much with crypto, I was afraid.
that internet boy.
Yeah, I think we're losing Laura.
Yeah, I think we lost her there.
I think we lost Laura. Maybe if she hops
Yeah,
back on.
connection
Anybody
is
else have
bad.
anything they want to add? And we'll see if we can get
So
Laura back.
before Laura comes back on, I just want to say something real quick about Bev. So I met Bev long time ago when Vibe first started, and you will be surprised on how she is in the position she is now. When she started Vibe, Bev, tell me if I'm lying. Did you have a laptop?
No, I did not.
She did not have a laptop, and she went and got a laptop, and look at where she is at now and how much she has accomplished. That's why every time I see Bev and she posts or she writes, I always say, yes, let's go. Because I know when she started with just her phone, and now she's a trailblazer in Vibe. And you have to give credit where credit is due. And I am so grateful and thankful that you said, I'm going to get this laptop regardless of what.
Thank you, Johnny. You encouraged me to do that. You helped me do my first presentation, and I was having issues, and I told you I only had my cell phone, and you said, well, you know, it really will work better, you know, on a desktop or a laptop. And I just bit the bullet and bought one and am still making payments on it. You know, but I decided that I had to invest in my future. I had to invest in my business, and to be able to do the presentations and to, you know, I got the writing bug or whatever. The laptop has made all the difference in the world. So I give you credit for encouraging me to, you know, think about it. And then I just went on and did it. And then, you know, the rest is kind of history, as you said. But thank you for saying that.
And I just want to, say also, Bev, that you have encouraged me because even after our talk, um, I was sitting out in the car and me and Bev, when Megan said Miss Denise and Bev are going to do the seniorpreneur call, it's like, okay, I think I better call Bev. So we talked and you encouraged me. I started writing. I have 2 books. I have a couple of short stories that I'm doing. But then I, get so this is where I have to train myself to stop stopping, keep and having to keep starting. If I just keep going and, pause but not stop, that's where we are going to make a lot of ground in Vibe. We can pause, but when we put things on stop and on hold, that's where we get lost in the sauce. That's where we get frustrated. We get procrastination pulls up on us and, just overtakes us. And, for one, that give up spirit has been unleashed in the world. It's like, I can't do this. I can't. Yes, I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's what I had to say to myself even today. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because it's only him that's giving me this opportunity. It's only him that's given the call to VYB'n, is Megan the call for VYB'n. And, and things happen for a reason. It is to make sure that we are doing what he created us to do. If he created you, there's more to you than just you, because your life is not your own. That's what I was always told as a kid. Your life don't belong to you. You got to live it like a champ. Go through the storms like a champ. You got to live life like a champ. Just keep pressing on, because it's not about you. VYB'n is about us stepping out, but there's somebody on the other side of you that needs what you have. And we need to stop putting off, pushing back, pushing ourselves back, and running away from all that God has called us to. And that is why I said, Bev, you've inspired me to write those books. One of the first books, was more about my life and the challenges, the things that I went through from childhood up. I had to put that on stop because it brought up some things that I didn't want to deal with. But I am going to have to deal with them, because not only will I have to deal with me, I have to deal for me to get to that other me that is waiting to hear me. Y'all hear
Well,
what
and that's why I'm so grateful for this opportunity, Denise. And
Mhm.
we started out talking about crypto, and now we've kind of evolved into a little bit deeper part of the conversation. But that's how we wanted the calls to become. We wanted them to be a conversation where people could say what's on their
Right.
heart. I just turned 70, as most of you all know, and never wrote a book, never thought I would write a book. And, when I wrote my last book, I had to deal with a lot of things too. Several of you may know that I had a heart attack 7 years ago and shouldn't have survived it. I was told I shouldn't have survived it. I was shocked 3 times in an ambulance on a gurney and still have PTSD from it, because I can't watch medical shows where they shock people, because I literally came off the gurney and my parents said, go back. I saw them and they said, go back. So I have more to do. I have more to say.
Mhm.
And when VYB'n came along, I wandered around for years and I didn't know why I was spared. I really didn't. And I told Megan this in January when we first had our first conversation. I said, I'm now kind of getting it. Maybe I still have something to give, and I still have some knowledge and some wisdom to impart on people. And so that's what's kind of driven me right now, is that I know I was spared for a reason. I was spared to live in Florida, retire here, to live in a beautiful senior apartment complex, to meet all of you all, to meet some wonderful senior friends here. So I was spared for a reason. And it's humbling, and it's emotional, and it's all the things that you think about at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning when you're writing and you're thinking, God has more for you. And I
Mhm.
believe that, and I believe he has that for all of us. So
Yeah.
we're in a special place and a special time. And, the sky, as Megan says, is not the limit. And, you do with VYB'n as you feel like you can do with VYB'n. I mean, I'm not the strongest referral machine anymore. And so I've pivoted to more of the creator. And, that's where my lane is going to be. It's where I feel comfortable. It's what I enjoy. So all of you all are an inspiration to Denise and I. And when we first started doing the calls, Denise and I have spent time on the phone talking, and we're very different people, but we're on the same page when it comes to how strongly we feel about the seniors having a seat at the table. And so we thank you all, as always, for being with us. We've been on about an hour. So Denise, I don't know if you want to wrap things up or see if Laura
Well,
was
we're
able to
gonna
get back on.
yeah, Laura was able to get back on. Go ahead and unmute Laura, because I read your note and that was very powerful and timely. You can go ahead and unmute.
Hi, am I back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Pretty much the message said what it says, but I was just wanting to say that quite often when we don't understand something, we shy away from it. But everything in life is school. It's about learning how to maneuver your journey that God gave specifically to you. While it may be intertwined with other people, other things, places to go here, places to go there, we learn from each other. And the one thing that I was afraid of is was crypto. It is actually going to become a big thing. I said, well, at that time when it does, I'm gonna let everybody else go see what how big it can be, and then they can invite me to it then. But then I got to thinking about it. Is that everything I'm afraid of and have been afraid of in my life has turned around and boosted me, elevated me in my life. So why am I afraid of this now? So I started dibbling and dabbling with a little bit. Took a little bit as well, but then I found that when it's like you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince. And so crypto is that for a lot of people. It's going to be that. It's got to be that. It's the way the world is going. But when people tell me all the time that they are afraid of crypto, I said, well, why? You've been using it all your life in a sense. He said, what's tokens? Well, what do you mean? I said, well, fiat currency is another token to someone else in another country. So it's different ways of money is being utilized. Before we was coming along, we wouldn't even dare think of a regular phone. We had pay phones. And then that changed to, to everybody having cell phones and beepers and pages and all the things. Life
That part.
changes. It just you just cannot get around that. If you refuse to change with it, then you're accepting to be rolled over on, and you can't complain about that because you got stumbled by a herd of seniorpreneurs on this call that was racing for the crypto. I'm getting mine. You got to get yours too. Now, if you slow down, I'm going to get extra because you didn't come get yours on time. But guess what? It's mine now. But the bottom line of it is that it doesn't matter what we learn. We have 12 years to learn school, and then we have to apply that to the new school of life. Did you learn it well? Did you cheat off of someone's paper and then you get the grade you got, but you made honors in school. But did you cheat? Did you get the shortcuts? Did you get the cliff notes? That's going to manifest itself in life. Where are you taking life? Not where life taking you. Because you have to navigate. You have to be your own GPS system. You have to navigate you. God gave that to you. Your journey is yours. Why it may encompass a lot of things and add a lot of people on my path. We're going the same way. Does not mean that my exit doesn't come before yours. I gotta take the exit because my bucket load of crypto is over here.
Come on
I'm
now.
going to get it. And when I'm get off this exit, I'm gonna do all the things he want me to do because I don't know who's on the exit that he wants me to talk to, minister, and see me, see him in me, so that they can see I can do what she's doing. It's none of my business. None of my business. And yours, either Miss Denise and whoever on this call. I don't mean to step on no toes, but if you move your feet out the way. Bottom line is, it's none of your business who got assigned what you do, what he sent you here to do. Your
Right.
job is to do your job. And those the onlookers he already got them in place. You stay your course. You do your thing. You walk your path. Maybe they're parallel, maybe they're lateral, who knows? But you
Come
do
on.
you.
Say it.
You teach from afar, not close up. Sometimes we have to be willing to distance ourselves from people, places, and things to protect our peace. The
Come
peace
on.
that God gave us is ours. It's not someone else's. So you have to protect your peace and keep going.
Come
There's
on.
a
You teaching.
song, I don't know the song all the way through, but I ain't gonna sing. Don't worry about y'all ears protected. It's about what's the name of the girl? She sing the song that says pieces of me.
Mm-hmm.
Lettucey, I think it's Lettucey. We all
Mm-hmm.
have pieces of us that we are designed to leave in places. We're not designed to carry all of us everywhere. We cannot do that. We have to leave pieces here, pieces there, because that's how God plants our seed. He
Right.
chose you, me, Jerome, and whomever else is on this call. He chose us to drop our seeds. They're not designed to stay connected to us all the time. They will, though, because we plant our seed as we go. And as we go, God waters that seed. That's his response. That's his job. Hire God every day.
Come
As you
on.
drop your pieces that he designed for you to peel away from you, he designed
Mm-hmm.
for those pieces to drop. because he's going to water them. He's going to nurture them. That's not your job. Don't look back and say, who got a hold of my seed? It's not for you to do. God got that. So you got to keep going forward, forging forward, regardless of what you think is ahead. Because guess what? You can't go nowhere God ain't already been. You can't, you walk the path he's already made for you. He's already created the path for you. You can't go, you can't hide, you can't run, you can't hear from what you hide from. You can't do none of that because God has already done those things for you. And all you have to do is what? Believe in him, trust in him. You believe in me because I may be saying something you like. But if you can believe in what I'm saying, I'm getting it from God. Who I'm
Yeah.
getting it from?
Yeah.
Where you getting it from? So the bottom line of it is this: I tell people all the time, don't be afraid of what's to come, because if God woke you up, he got something for you to do.
Right. That's
Put
right.
on your shoes and keep going, because he ain't go. If it's too much for you to bear, guess what? When it's too much for you to bear, you already in his arms, you're already in his hands. Take your rest, because you can't go lower than God's hands. He got you anyway. He got you anyway. You just got to keep on moving, keep on going. And the bottom line, I put that in the chat because I wanted to tell people what I say to people when they're afraid of technology. We use credit cards. We didn't like that either. But I don't want to get plastic money. I want green money. Okay, well, money is money. It depends on you use a checkbook. That's money. You got money in the
Right.
bank. You can go
Right.
to the bank and get it out. You can get cash in your hand. You're gonna give it to somebody else who need for something else. You got a credit
Mhm.
card to use, that same thing. You got however you're gonna utilize that. You're trading currencies for the things that you need and want that's the same value of the thing you're going to trade. So when technology is like everything, I'm going to read it because I wrote it. Technology is like everything else in life. Life changes, it changed. I tell people this, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you're young, old, whether you're
That's
walking
right.
or rolling on your own high class wheelchair, don't matter. You will be impacted by it. Get informed, understand it, where you want to go, and you be in charge of navigating your impact. Don't settle for someone else's impact that they say how they want to impact your life. It's not up to them. You grab a hold of it for yourself. For yourself. Blockchain and crypto, all those things, it's not going anywhere, it's here. Now it can take you anywhere you want to, you allow it to take you and where you want to go with it. That's what you can do. You can do that.
It can
You
take you
can't
down.
change
It
it.
can take you
You
down.
can't stop it.
That's
It
right.
is here. It's here.
Yeah.
But I tell people this. I trade. I don't know how to trade, but I be doing something. I be doing something. But
Mhm.
anyway, I trade and I say this. I tell people, try it. It's a done for you platform. All I gotta do is push 2 buttons a day. I get paid no matter what. While I'm sleeping. How you sleep? I sleep on money. How you sleep? That's what I'm sleeping on. That's what my maker's got plenty of money in it.
Come on now.
It said it may cause an overwhelming confidence. Trading crypto may cause an overwhelming confidence in your financial future. Proceed, give it a try, and you'll happily find that you have a healthy dose of awesomeness along the way. But you cannot be awesome if you're not in awe of the sum that you finna accumulate.
All
You have to
right
do
now,
that.
Laura. All right
You
now,
have to
Laura.
do that. So
Right.
All right.
if it's there for you, it's because God put it in your path.
That's
He
right.
didn't put you here unprotected. You
Come on.
always covered. Whether you pray for it or not, you his child, not your own. You don't belong to you. You don't belong to
Come
you.
on.
You're his. Don't forget it.
His.
So he's not
His.
gonna put you somewhere to harm his child. He's here, so he knows the plans he has for your life to grow you and prosper you.
That part.
Ecclesiastes 11 and 2. I'm gonna get this phone because y'all talk too much. But Ecclesiastes 11 and 2 says this:
But you know
invest
what?
in, give portion to 7 to 8 ventures, because you don't know
Yeah.
the disasters that may come upon Bab's land, Laura's land, Denise's land, Barbara's land. You don't know. God knows. So he's
Yes.
prepared this for you to be taken care of while you do his bidding. You're here for his purpose. He gives you
That's
one
right.
along the way. Don't get cocky and arrogant. Don't get it twisted. You're not here for you. You can enjoy the
Right.
scenery that he's put before you, but you got a job to do. Do it.
He
And do
says
not
we are.
bellyache about it.
He says we are not our own. We are not
We're
our
not
own.
our
And
own.
then he created us in his image and
His
likeness.
first class image of the way.
Right. First class. First class.
Yes. So if he's first
Mhm.
class, you can't help but be first class. So
That's
act
right.
accordingly. And the bottom line of it is that we ask for so much. I'm okay. I'm gonna get off the. I'm gonna get off the horn. I'm gonna say one last thing. Y'all can kick me out. Mute me, okay? Please mute me. Here's the thing. You ever wonder why you get so tired? Let me tell you why you're tired. Let me tell you why you're tired, tired. It's not because you're so busy with life. It's because you're a
Come on.
beggar. You beg God for
Mm,
this, you beg God for that. You ask Him, Lord, please give me this, please give me that. Before you complete one thing, you're on to another thing. And you wonder why He answered all your prayers for you. He put it here, He put it over there. He gonna give it to you where you are because you already got too many things in your hand. You can't use all that extra you asked Him for where you stand. You got to keep walking. So you're tired because He's answered all your prayers. And all that heaviness you feel is your prayers answered. Start opening one present at a time. Enjoy that blessing. And watch
come
how
on
your
now.
strength manifests. Watch how your strength just you can't you won't imagine how strong you are, how blessed you are. You can't imagine that. One blessing at a time. We ask God for all these things.
Amen.
He's never ever going to give them to you where you stand. He gives them to you where you need it. Keep walking.
And June said it.
Rising is not about uh wait till I fall to rise. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
rising where I stand. It's a mindset change. You rise in your mind. Your
Right.
mind, your imagination is going to take you to places that you never imagined going, but imagine it anyway. And then keep walking and watch you arrive there. That's how your God, that's how my God works it. So
Girl,
I'm
I'm
not
a
afraid of crypto. I'm not afraid of crypto. I'm a
uh-uh.
crypto and tiptoe to get to more crypto. Whatever I see it, I don't know.
All right, Lord. All right, Lord.
Okay, I'm through
Because
preaching.
Lord.
You can
you
edit
had
all
four
that
you
out.
I felt four more closes coming. Because baby, you on it. You on it. You're right there, right where the mindset of the people need to be. Is if the world is on fire for what they're doing, and this is a
Mm-hmm.
kingdom build, then the
Yes.
kingdom needs to get on fire.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
my pastor was talking to us during prayer, and I'm going to leave with this. When it comes to the earth groaning, we see all of the waters. We see the water just raging and coming over the banks of its borders. But we're going, to wade on the water and have fun on the water when the water is upset because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not saving this world. So we have to come in. We're allowing the forces and the spirits that ain't supposed to be here take over. We got to get in position. And I think Vibe is exactly right where that positioning is going to take us to a different space and time. I like what Ron said today on the call, and it's like it's coming whether you're in the way, but you're gonna have to get out of the way because we coming. We are coming. This new paradigm is coming. This new uh you know the new move is coming. If you don't move with it, you see a crowd of people moving all in one direction and you're going against the grain, it's not going to be good for you. You're going to be wore out, tore down, weak, complaining. Go with the flow. Go with God's flow. You know which way to go. You know right from wrong. So go kingdom. So go kingdom. Why don't we just, for one, I looked at June's comment and it says this is the time to give God thanks. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you for all the people that you put in my path that was not right for me because it taught me the lesson you needed me to learn. It put me in position for the people I needed to meet, such as you on this call. I needed to be here, not for myself, not by myself, but for his people, for his plan and his purpose. That's why Bev and I are here. That's why Bev was left here to talk to you today. That's why Bev was left here to write those 7 books to save somebody's life. Salvation of the people is in our hands. We're the ones, God ultimately saves, but we are here. He put it in us to save the lives of those who wouldn't otherwise come to us or go to the church. The goodness, the godness is in us. And I am so excited. I get fired up just like my sister Laura. Honey, we gonna have lunch because it's so breathtaking to see that we have something to give as seniors. It is, I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be a servant for our seniorpreneurs. I'm so excited to serve with Bev, with you, Barbara Bugs, all of y'all, Kathy Boyd. I'm going to meet each and every one of you. But until we meet in person, let's meet in the presence of putting out what God has created in us. Let's do what we are supposed to do. Let's get our assignment done. So, Bev, you have any closing remarks?
Well, I'm just, I'm touched so much about the whole call tonight.
Yes.
And I can't wait to listen to it again because, there's such passion. And, all of us may have different faiths. We may have come from different backgrounds, but we do believe in something greater than ourselves. And we've proven that by being here. And we are such a supportive group, even though we are all, out trying to sell courses and books and whatever, but we are so supportive of each other in the back office, in the Vibe tribe, and just extending a hand, either offering support, encouragement, offering knowledge. We just all are here to help each other, and to me, that's the most beautiful thing. And I'm very grateful for all of you all, and I'm very grateful to still be on this earth. And I'm just amazed, and so I'm just very emotional right now. You all have just really touched my heart, and I thank you so much. And Denise, we've become good friends, and we believe in the mission, we believe in what we're doing, and we'll continue doing it. If there's only 2 people on a call, then we'll just sit and talk to them. We'll
That's
keep
what we're
doing
going
it.
to do.
We're just going to keep having the conversation. No pressure, no structure, just whatever's on your heart. We'll pick a subject, and then we'll go on from there and just do a conversation. And that's how we wanted to do these calls. And so I thank you all for coming. I appreciate Denise so much, and all of y'all that stayed with us the whole time. And we'll see you soon. And again, just wow, thank you all so much.
Yeah, podcast Jerome. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, seniorpreneurs, we will see you at the top. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Nice having
Good
you.
night. Powerful
Hi,
session.
family. This is great.
Up, everyone. Bless up.
God bless.
Good
Great.
night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Love you, ladies.